The next time that you're late for work, just let your boss know that you grew up in a middle class family. If you're in college and you're playing a sport, you dropped the ball or you just didn't make a play, just let the coach know you grew up in a middle class family. If you have deadlines at work and your boss is asking you for to keep those deadlines and hold you accountable to it, just let them know you came from a middle class family. If somebody asks you for pretty much anything, just respond with, "I grew up in a middle class family." Now, I know you guys know exactly where I'm going with this, but Kamala Harris is asked by two former NBA players about their economic plans. This is a disaster of an answer. Guys, she doesn't understand basic economics. She can't even fake it. Shout out to former Hawks players. Let me know. I want to see who are my real athletes. Let me know who this gentleman is. He was on the Hawks. That's going to be towards the end of his career. I'll let you guys know, give you a little hint.
What is your kind of your economic going from a show to a whole entire company? What is your kind of your economic plan moving forward for people who are living paycheck to paycheck?
Yeah.
I will hold on before this goes any further. I do want to say one thing. I do. This is like a double-edged sword. I do like that you have athletes who have platforms to have podcasts and can talk about whatever it is. But it's also like a double-edged sword that these athletes and turning into like influencers and celebrities are bringing on. I don't know politics. Because at the end of the day, if they're sports people, like talk to me. I guess it's relevant and it's their opinion. So you know what? I'm gonna take back with what I said, and I think I was just trying to shoot some shit. Let me restart this, and let's run it.
Going from a show to a whole entire company, what is your kind of your economic plan moving forward for people who are living paycheck to paycheck and struggling for groceries and rent and homeowners?
So, look, I grew up, so my sister and I were raised by our mother. We lived for a long time in an apartment on top of a child care center.
What does this have anything to
That
do with
child
the
care center
economy?
was actually owned by a woman who lived 2 doors down from us, Mrs. Shelton, who was, by all of our accounts and feelings, our second mother. She helped raise us. And so she was a small business owner. So I'll start with the small business, and congratulations on what you guys have done. I, from a child, knew who our small business owners are, right? I mean, you're business leaders, but you're also civic leaders. You take seriously your voice and how you can mentor, how you can grow, right? Communities and the sense of
I hope
communities.
she doesn't think
I
that
love our
these
small
guys are
businesses. And
average
so a
small
lot of
business
my
owners.
work in terms of building and growing the economy has focused on small businesses. And my vision overall is we need to build an opportunity economy in which we increase opportunity for all, including small business owners. So a lot of my work, even in the Senate, was about increasing access to capital through our small businesses, and in particular through our community banks. So I've been responsible for billions of dollars more now going into our community banks, because they're in the community, and then they know who's in the community and where the talent is and who's doing good in the community, what the community wants. And so part of my plan as president.
So I don't know about you guys, but I didn't get really anything of substance. She's been groomed to give canned answers because if she wins, she will simply be a placeholder, just like Joey was, just like Sleepy Joe. She isn't allowed to articulate any real tangible policies because the truth would destroy her campaign. Nobody wants socialism. That's what's in the cards. The meme is anytime Kamala is asked about the economy, I grew up in a middle class family.
Going from a show to
What's frustrating is like, even when she says, I want to create an opportunity economy, one that creates more opportunities for all, right? Those are her words. I believe that's a direct quote. That means for all, yes, for the people who are unfortunate, the ones who are unprivileged in society, the ones who probably getting taken advantage of, right? In your heart, that's what that means. But then for all, more opportunities for large corporations, for the multimillionaires, the ones that the left supposedly want to go after, giving them more opportunity. And I don't know about you guys, but I've tried to open up some businesses. I've tried to start a business, and I did start it up, and I learned some lessons. I won't say it's a failure because I learned some lessons, but it didn't succeed. And I learned one thing, and this isn't saying true on all things, but it does help. If you have capital it's a lot easier to take advantage of opportunities. And if we're quote unquote taking an opportunity economy where you're giving more opportunity for all, the people who have resources, the people who have capital, and the people who have connections ultimately are still going to be ones to take advantage of the opportunity. And if you give out more opportunity and they take out more opportunity, then guess what? The middle class starts to shrink, and the discrepancy between the lower class and the upper class continues to grow. That is a big issue that with Kamala's opportunity economy. At least when I hear that, that's what I hear. I'm like, oh, okay, I hear you're trying to appeal to the small business owner, right? Like in this case, which is still not the average American. The average American, I don't think, one has the dream or the desire to start their own business, or and the second one is the the resources and everything else. I almost wanted to say opportunity, but I don't think that's still even the right answer, what I'm trying to think of. Before we close out the video, I have one more thing that I want to show, just because the Kamala Harris and Walsh running presidential, it's hysterical to me. It seems so preposterous that I can't believe it's actually being taken seriously. But let's just watch this video as an outro to this, and yeah, I won't butcher this anymore.
13,000 people who have been convicted of murder crossed the border illegally and are living among us. So how much danger are U.S. communities in right now because of this?
I'm assuming you're talking about the ICE data?
Yes.
So just a couple of things, and I think it's important to correct the record here. First of all, the false representation of the data ICE shared. So that was what we were seeing, false representation.
Okay, so what is the false representation? Can I please get a little bit more details than that, than you just seeing the numbers and be like, yeah, those aren't real?
I got to call that out. We got to call that out. And it's been fact-checked by some of your colleagues here, by multiple outlets that has been debunked on what has been falsely misrepresented here. So we have to call that out. And so, look,
Can you clarify what the misrepresentation is?
Thank you.
The numbers that is being put out about how many people are out has been falsely represented here. If you look at the total returns and removal of the past year, that has been higher than every year under the previous administration since.
Oh, yeah, you keep letting.
2010,
If you let in 200,000, you kick
And
10,000 out. You're like,
if
we
we're
did a
going to
lot.
report something,
You let more in
data
than you
that's
kicked
there,
out.
we got to do it in a way that is not
I love how she's not
confusing
answering
the
this question
American
either.
people, and certainly not lying. And so there has been
What
this
she
has been
does this whole
fact-checked,
time. I mean, look at the fucking
been
goofy ass
fact-checked.
lips.
And so this is
Looking
the
like a
way that is
clown.
being falsely represented here is just not okay. And though, got to be really clear about that.
Man, I think the only thing that's not okay is the fact that you can come up here, you can lie, you can look like a clown, answer like a clown, and still have a job at the end of the day. Absolutely insane. Every time I hear this lady speak, it just makes my blood boil, because it's disingenuous, it's derogatory, it's inflammatory. She is just a pain in my ass, sorry. That's what she is. Ultimately, let me know what you guys think down below. If you have a different opinion than my own, please let me know down below. Be respectful. I'd love to read all the comments and engage with all of them, at least all the ones that I see. And with that said, peace, love, positivity. Tell somebody you love them, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.